Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story, or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine.
El Rey.
El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado Crew Cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. As you heard in our last conversation with an elector to the Electoral College, there's only 20 of them in the state of Pennsylvania. Our guest is one of the 20, and you are reading news accounts. Just to wrap up, if you just joined us, we will have that up online. You're reading news accounts where they're receiving death threats. Lee Snover has had 8,000, I think she said 8,000 emails, letters, calls to her office, calls to her husband's office, calls to her home. So we've heard that this morning, and we're going to find out why Lou Bartoletta is Lou Bartoletta. I want to say, for those, we are in Georgia, but I sure hope, look, I can almost feel it coming through the camera. Lee doesn't like the billionaires. Not that she doesn't like billionaires. She doesn't like all these billionaire picks. So she's a little iffy on that. You know, you heard that. But Trump owes Wisconsin. Trump owes Michigan. Trump owes, Pennsylvania, Ohio. He owes some of these states. Now, he just does. That's all there is to it. Lou Bartoletta in PA, he doesn't just owe them. He has to pick somebody that's good for the job. So let's not get that wrong. All right, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. It's 9:06. George will be in here at 10 o'clock. Before we move on, I want to tell you something. It is Christmas season. Thanksgiving ushered in. I hope you didn't eat too much. I have to pause there. Maybe I did. I ate too much.
Yeah, I ate a lot too.
Yeah, I ate too much.
I ate way too much.
Too much.
Pecan pie, mac and cheese, turkey and dressing.
Pecan pie, mac and cheese, turkey and dressing. Okay. Anyhow, so Thursday and then Friday was, if you have not been to a lighting of a Christmas tree or a lighting ceremony for the holiday season, which we call it Christmas around here, in North Georgia, you just don't know what you're missing. I mean, Light Up LJ Friday, I was down there Friday. I went to the parade. I watched the tree. Thousands around the square. Music, fun times, restaurants are open, but these kids watching for Santa Claus and watching all these floats. Now, LJ does a nighttime parade, like 6 o'clock, okay? Yeah. And it's great because it's just turning dark and everybody puts lights on their float. It's pretty neat. I enjoy it, okay? Small town Christmas feel. And then Friday, Cole and I went up to Light Up Blue Ridge. Saturday. Was it Saturday? Friday was Light Up LJ. I was there. Lottie, we got on Facebook hundreds of pictures, okay? And you can see the tree downtown and the star behind me and everything lit up. If you go to downtown LJ, you can see it's beautiful at the square. Saturday, we were at Light Up Blue Ridge, right?
Yes.
So it was cold, wasn't it, Cole?
Yeah, it was pretty cold.
Yeah.
At least in the morning.
Huh?
At least in the morning it was cold. It kind of warmed up.
It got cold at night.
Yeah.
After they lit that Christmas tree, I had to go home.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go home. I was froze.
I think me and you both picked our heat to blast.
The Gingerbread Village. I have pictures of the Gingerbread Village. I will put those up today. That is unreal, huh?
I didn't see that.
You can go to Hampton Square. Hampton Square, that's where Blue Jeans Pizza is. Go check out the Gingerbread Village. Cole, I couldn't make a gingerbread house. Absolutely, absolutely. Except for Cindy's. I'm not going to give her a last name. I couldn't eat her gingerbread house because she made it with milk-bone dog biscuits.
There's the key.
I was looking at all of them. I was like, what would I take off this one? What would I take off this one? And which it was great, right? So I get over to Cindy's, no last names, okay? And I look, and she made it. It's a great gingerbread house, but there's a fence around the front, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. Those are milk-bone dog biscuits she used for the front. But the kids use gumdrops, everything. Anyhow, you have to go to Hampton Square and check out the gingerbread house. I just can't say enough. Okay. But we had a good time, didn't we, Cole?
Oh, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good times everywhere. Freezing, good times, meeting people. All right, now let's go through here. Let's look at this, okay? Now, sources say that, let me just say this. Donald Trump, when you set a cabinet, now this is what we're doing, folks. Let's pay attention to this just for a second. When you're putting together a cabinet, okay, a cabinet will assist you in fundamentally making the changes with the mandate you feel you have. So you do. Donald Trump has a mandate. No matter what the left media is trying to tell you, Trump has a mandate, okay? And I'm telling you right now, your cabinet will help guide you and put together what you want in your mandate, with your mandate to accomplish. That being said, when Obama entered office, you got to look at a cabinet. Now, I want to just say this, and let me see if I can find it briefly. Jerry Falwell Jr. says he turned down Donald Trump's education secretary. Okay, this is something that was said that he turned it down. All right, Jerry Falwell Jr., the evangelical Liberty University president and prominent Christian conservative surrogate for the President-elect Donald Trump 2016 campaign, says he turned down an offer to serve Trump as Trump's Secretary of Education this week. According to the Associated Press, Falwell says Trump wanted a 4 to 6 year commitment, but that he couldn't leave Liberty University for more than 2 years. So Trump wants a 4 to 6 year commitment. Now, there's two things you want to pay attention to here. Trump is also setting up a cabinet for 2 terms. That's right, 2 terms. So if you look at, UN Secretary, right? What is her name? Let's see, who is the ambassador to the United Nations? Nikki Haley, okay? Nikki Haley, ambassador to the United Nations. If Mitt Romney became the Secretary of State, Trump is also positioning this cabinet to be set for 2 terms, okay? So what's important about a cabinet? Let's look at Barack Obama's cabinet. First of all, Valerie Jarrett has been there for all 8 years. Every bit of all 8 years, okay? Trust me. When you if Steve Bannon makes it all 8 years, now we'll see, all right? Valerie Jarrett. But a lot of questions surrounding this Betsy DeVos, is that her name, the education secretary? A lot of questions surrounding Betsy DeVos as education secretary. Now, let's go back for a minute, all right? Let's go to education secretary you have there. Yeah, look, he's got that look on his face. Is that Arne Duncan? Arnie Duncan? Arnie Duncan. He just left. He made it all 8 years. He just is leaving. He just left, Arnie Duncan, as Barack Obama's education Secretary of Education. Just left. Now, if you look at the defense, Secretary of Defense, and we will in a minute, for Barack Obama, all right? 4, Gates, Panetta, who's the other guy? Chuck Hagel, and who is the guy now? I'll find it in a minute, okay? 4. Rotating. How do you find 4? That's an average of every 2 years. How do you find any consistency? You can see what's important to the left. Defense, not important. Okay? Fighting ISIS, not important. You can see how unimportant defense is if you look at his cabinet versus what Donald Trump is doing. This guy here makes it right at 7+ years. And why does Arnie Duncan make it 7+ years? Because he was the superintendent of schools in Chicago? Is that the reason? Let's see here. He definitely expanded the role of the Department of Education, said Tom Lovelace, an education policy expert on nonpartisan Brookings from the Nonpartisan Brookings Institute. By wielding power that Duncan has become the rare figure in an era of deep partisan polarization to be hated by many, okay, on the left and the right. Okay, now, early this month, Congress passed this is an article written on him, okay, and this is not this month, passed the Every Student Succeeds Act, a replacement to the Bush era No Child Left Behind. Now, this guy here made it all 7 years. 7 years, okay? All right, he made it 7 years. And why he made it 7 years is because he was instituting the agenda of the left. He was making what was important, not defense. He made Secretary of Education for over 7 years because he was instituting the power grab for your children, the continued Department of Education power grab. He shifted the Department of Education, made it much more powerful in the last 7 years, okay? Much more powerful. Put in place Every Student Succeed Acts to replace the Bush era No Child Left Behind, okay? Mission accomplished. Duncan is one of only 2 members of the Obama cabinet, okay? Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack is the other. We'll talk about Vilsack in a minute. To have served in the post since the start of the administration. He will leave office having accomplished many goals. Listen to his accomplishments. Duncan helped convince. Now, I really get angry when I hear words like convince. It's money, okay? That's what they put in place. See, Every Student Succeeds Act. Oh, why don't you have all these Republican governors saying no thank you? No, it's the money. The money. Duncan helped convince 42 states. Blackmail. He expanded the Department of Education, Obama did for the last 7 years, just taking the mush, these kids' mind, turning it into mush and making them lockstep. You talk about an education system that is manipulating children to be lockstep for their government, okay? Duncan helped convince 42 states to adopt education goals based on the Common Core, and 21 of them to use tests that directly align with those standards, which were created by bipartisan group and attempted to make U.S. schools more challenging and the curriculum more similar from state to state. Now, Michigan has partially adopted it. I mean, Minnesota, I apologize. Minnesota has partially adopted it. Indiana repealed after the adoption. The state of Indiana repealed it after they adopted it, okay? Oklahoma repealed it after they adopted it. Texas, as of this article here, has not adopted it. Virginia has not adopted it. South Carolina repealed after adopting it. Okay. All right. Georgia adopted it. Okay. Jumped right in and adopted it. All right. So, that is the Common Core adoption for all of those. While some liberals dislike charter schools, Duncan has been a strong supporter of them and presided over the huge growth in students attending charter in cities like Washington, D.C. Here's what I'm going to say about charter schools, and I'm going to get people yell at me about this. They knew, when I say they, the Department of Education knew when they instituted Common Core, all right, and they bribed and actually they blackmailed the states, okay, for Every Student Succeeds Act, okay. They knew when they blackmailed the states with that and sent the money that the states would have no choice but to institute Common Core, all right, adopt it, all right. They didn't want to send the money back, so they blackmailed the states. They know every move they make in education to take your children away from you and turn them into state, properties of the state. I'm telling you right now, your children are wards of the state is what they're doing. They know every time they do, they have to send an olive branch to you, okay, the parents, saying that they are moving to more local control and local involvement. They know they have to do that. So what you're going to argue with me about and you're not going to be happy about is you're not going to be happy when I tell you that these state charter school programs that you're currently seeing are not everything you think they are. They're not. Okay? There's a lot to be desired in a real charter school being sanctioned by these states, okay? That is not everything you think it is, parents, okay? Because they have created parental advisory groups. Don't get me there, all right? Okay, that guy, why has he made it 7 years in the Obama administration? To get the agenda across. Let me see who else I got here. Let's go with somebody else. Now, you may not be okay with Mitt Romney. I am. I'm not saying that Donald should pick Mitt Romney. I'm not. I promise you. Okay? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Donald Trump should pick Mitt Romney over Giuliani. But let's look at who was Secretary of State. You got drunk Hillary?
Yes. Let me go.
Okay.
Let me move her over. Whoa.
Okay, folks. This is Hillary Clinton found drunk at a liquor store, restocking the liquor cabinet after she's been drunk for 3 weeks. Okay. I can't find my, That's okay. It's all good. Anyhow, Hillary Clinton was what? Secretary of State. Our State Department is a disaster, folks. Our State Department's a disaster. Nobody in the State Department accepts, look at what we're going through. Nobody in the State Department accepts the actual paperwork, signs the paperwork, goes through the confidentiality, goes through the background checks, understands. They don't even understand the C stands for confidential. We've heard all that. This is the woman that was in charge that has assisted in making an absolute disaster out of our State Department. If any department, okay, if any department has to be put back together for the American people, it's the State Department, from top to bottom. If there's any one department that we have to go in from the ground up and put back in place, do you realize that everywhere this woman landed your plane at the State Department, all right? Everywhere she landed your plane, there was a, find the one where I think it's Secretary of State. I got a picture up there that says Secretary of State, not drunk Hillary. I can't bear to look at drunk Hillary. We shouldn't do that to the people watching. I mean, look at the one, see the one, you got the one that says Secretary of State?
Yeah, she's photoshopped.
Oh, there she is. Oh, what a lovely lady. And look right behind there, Secretary of State, okay? And she is waving, that's your plane as Secretary of State, and she is saying, I am here to visit you and your, your president or your whoever, prime minister or king or whatever, and get your checkbook ready because Hillary has arrived, okay? Everybody, they cringe in the world. I mean, Secretary of State lands, door flings open. Hey, write the check. Write the check. I got to go. I have to be somewhere. Disaster. State Department is a disaster, folks. Now, Donald Trump needs somebody he can trust. Can Rudy Giuliani do that? Does Rudy Giuliani have the background to take a disaster of an organization that means so much to you and I, internationally, just the list goes on. Can he do that? I don't know. Who could do that? Could the guy that knew how to run Bain Capital? Because I'm a capitalist. It didn't bother me Mitt Romney ran Bain Capital. Could a guy that put Staples on the map? Could the guy that took the Utah Olympics and cleared all the corruption out and saved it? That's true. Mitt Romney, I'm not happy with him. I have video footage. That is the one thing that is, when I do this show, I have to be careful of, is I have all this video footage. I got video footage today. I don't want Hillary waving to me anymore. Get her off the screen. It's bad enough we have to look at her. Folks, I have video footage over and over and over where I have given Mitt Romney a hard time, and I just have laid him out. But the reality is, you have asked Donald Trump to go to Washington, D.C. and put back together the disaster of the last 8 years. To try to put it back together for the American people and save the republic. That's what we're here to do, to save the republic. So Donald Trump may be, we don't know, I'm not saying he's going to pick him, but he may be looking past all the ugly words. He may be looking past that speech calling him a phony and a fraud. He may be looking past everything Romney did and looking at what's best for the American people. What's best for the American people. Maybe. Because here's what I think. I think if you're in a Mitt Romney, let me give you the reason why I could be okay with Mitt Romney being Secretary of State. I'm not going to fight with you on this. I know I've gotten the emails, I've gotten the people, some of you out there, off with his head, oh no, oh no. I've got the Tea Party people They're not happy with it. I put it on Facebook. I got some really rough messages on Facebook saying I could be okay with Mitt Romney as, but here's what I'm looking at, all right? I will guarantee you remember we read the FBI report. Remember Hillary walked into, what was it called, the mahogany hallway? There's a zone where once you cross,
Oh, no cell phone.
you cannot have any cell phones, anything at all. Your BlackBerry, nothing.
Zero.
There is a phone, a secure phone set up on your desk in the State Department. Okay? There's a secure computer, and everybody down that hallway, same thing. Hillary Clinton walked right in, throw her BlackBerry right on the desk, could care less. Okay? Mitt Romney, you will not have that, A, and B, no one in the secure zone will have it, and everybody in the State Department will understand the protocol and everything. They will understand what C stands for. They will understand there'll be no private server. I mean, you're looking at an opportunity to get the State Department back to where it should be. Now, do I think Rudy Giuliani would not do that? I don't know. But as far as going in, cleaning house, putting it back together, making it function as the Founding Fathers, I keep saying the Founding Fathers, but as, the Founding Fathers intended, the way the State Department is set up, Mitt Romney will do that. It will be done. Donald Trump can trust that. Oh, you can't trust him. Donald Trump can trust that. The day Mitt Romney goes in there, you can trust he will clean the place up, security, everything will run as though it's intended and supposed to be run. And if somebody at the State Department doesn't sign the paperwork, doesn't pass the background, or thinks they're going to do something the way it used to be, they will be gone. Mitt Romney will do that. Now, second, Mitt Romney will go all around the world and represent the United States of America. He will not be there looking to see if he could steal money from other countries. He will bring back the respect when he walks in. Other leaders are not sitting there wondering how much they have to donate to a fund somewhere or anything like that. He will totally bring back the credibility of the United States of America with foreign leaders as he enters in and represents your country. Total respect. He will have respect for them, and Donald Trump will be able to know that he gets back on that plane where Hillary Clinton is waving and has not made an underhanded deal, has not done something corrupt. And you can also know and rest assured that Mitt Romney's not going to get off the plane at any time and go to one of these foreign dignitaries or a counterpart of any country in the world and be there on behalf of Trump Enterprises and seeing if he can make a dirty deal for Donald Trump and Donald Trump's hotel and his kids. It's not going to happen. You can rest assured that he's going to get back on the plane, and the report that he sends to the President of the United States, will be true and accurate. And he won't be drunk. He won't get back on a plane, go to bed, and say, my God, can you mix me a drink? I'm serious. I'm serious. Now, I said the other day, and a lot of people are upset with me over it, I can be okay with Mitt Romney being Secretary of State. One, he will not be out there on behalf of Trump business, He won't be out there on behalf of Trump's business trying to secure deals. I mean, could you see Hillary Clinton going out there and saying, hey, Barack and I have this great thing going on. It's called the Clinton Foundation, So, one, we'll be able to trust Mitt Romney abroad. He will bring back respect. You will not have phones in the mahogany hallway. You will not have private. I'm telling you, the State Department will be returned to its intent. Now, For those that think that he is a quality person when it comes to, at all things, he's a quality guy when it comes to giving Donald Trump and his national security and his defense, Secretary of Defense, okay, everybody that needs the information, Mitt Romney will deliver a report from everywhere he goes. He will be a good representative. He will be a great conduit to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will have good information to make decisions, period, for this country. The State Department is a disaster, folks. You actually need somebody that can go in, that has taken a business from disaster and bankruptcy and cleaned it up, put it back on track in an ethical, moral way, a man of character. I know you're screaming at me. I know I'm not upset with Kellyanne, but I'm going to tell you now, I do think he owes the American people, an apology, the Trump supporters an apology. That I do think. Word is, he's not going to. I think some form of apology or something needs to put in place, but I don't think anybody that supported Trump, if you truly want the State Department, you can't yell, off with their heads, okay? This is where the Tea Party won. You won the election. This is where you get just a little bit, to me, where you need to back up. And you don't need to, you're draining the swamp. You just might not see, the water level going down as fast as you want. The guy's not present yet. I'm okay with Mitt Romney being Secretary of State. When we come back, we're going to close up before George gets in here, and we're going to look at some of the other cabinet picks. There's a couple more people I want to discuss before we close the day. I'm your host, BKP. BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Hey, take us a break.